if you have creatures that vary, and if there is a struggle for life such that nearly all of these creatures die, and if the very few that survive pass on to their offspring whatever it was that helped them survive, then those offspring must be better adapted to the circumstances in which all this happened than their parents were. The principle is you just need those three things: variation, selection, and heredity. And if you have those, then you must get evolution, or design out of chaos without the aid of mind. It explains all design in the universe. I would say not just biological design, but all of the design that we think of as human design. It's all just the same thing happening. If you have those, then you must get design out of chaos without the aid of mind. Must. This is what makes it so amazing. You don't need a designer or a plan or foresight or anything else. If there's something that is copied with variation and it's selected, then you must get design appearing out of nowhere. You can't stop it. Now, what's this to do with memes? Well, the principle here applies to anything that is copied with variation and selection. We're so used to thinking in terms of biology, we think about genes this way. Any information that is varied and selected will produce design. It will get copied if it can, regardless of the consequences. It doesn't care about the consequences because it can't, because it's just information being copied. The whole science of memetics is much maligned, much misunderstood, much feared, but a lot of these problems can be avoided by remembering the definition. A meme is not equivalent to an idea, it's not an idea, it's not equivalent to anything else really. Stick with the definition. It's that which is imitated, or information which is copied from person to person. Oh, well, your earrings, now that's, I don't suppose you invented the idea of earrings, you probably went out and bought them. There are plenty more in the shops. That's something that's passed on from person to person. The way to think about memes, though, is to think, why do they spread? Some of them will be copied because they're good or true or useful or beautiful. Some of them will be copied even though they're not. Some it's quite hard to tell why. I suppose it's there to tell you that somebody's cleaned the place and it's all lovely, and actually all it tells you is that another person has potentially spread germs from place to place. Now, why is this important? Why is this useful, or what does it tell us? It gives us a completely new view of human origins and what it means to be human. All conventional theories of cultural evolution, of the origin of humans and what makes us so different from other species, are based upon genes. Language must have been useful for the genes. Tool use must have enhanced our survival, mating, and so on. It always comes back to genes. The point of memetics is to say, oh no, it doesn't. There are two replicators now on this planet. From the moment that our ancestors, perhaps 2.5 million years ago or so, began imitating, there was a new copying process. As the memes evolve, as they inevitably must, they drive a bigger brain that is better at copying the memes that are doing the driving. So this is a view of what humans are. All other species on this planet are gene machines only. They don't imitate at all well, hardly at all. We alone are gene machines and meme machines as well. The memes took a gene machine and turned it into a meme machine. But that's not all. We have a new kind of memes now. I've been wondering for a long time, since I've been thinking about memes a lot, is there a difference between the memes that we copy, the words we speak to each other, the gestures we copy, the human things, and all these technological things around us? I have always, until now, called them all memes. But I think, I do honestly think now we need a new word for technological memes. Let's call them techno-memes or Temes. Because the processes are getting different. We began, perhaps 5,000 years ago, with writing. We put the storage of memes out there on a clay tablet. But in order to get true teams and true team machines, you need to get the variation, the selection, and the copying all done outside of humans. And we're getting there. We're at this extraordinary point where we're nearly there, that there are machines like that. Team machines themselves will replicate themselves. Our children are growing up very quickly, learning to read, learning to use machinery. We're going to have all kinds of implants, drugs that force us to stay awake all the time. We'll think we're choosing these things, but the teams are making us do it. So we're at this cusp now of having a third replicator on our planet. Teams are selfish replicators and they don't care about us or our planet or anything else. They're just information. Why would they? They are using us to suck up the planet's resources to produce more computers and more of all these amazing things we're hearing about. Don't think, oh, we created the internet for our own benefit. That's how it seems to us. Think teams spreading because they must. Must! This is what makes it so amazing. You don't need a designer or a plan or foresight or anything else. If there's something that is copied with variation and it's selected, then you must get design appearing out of nowhere. But you can't stop it.